Okay, I wanted to record a short video. I talked about how the database program has a feature to add an oddball corner. For instance, here in 1 North, 1 West, in section 21, we have a boundary line that crosses right here. It kind of puts an oddball corner that's been perpetuated right on this line, and that shows up because there's an additional corner feature here. If you click on that, it brings up that additional corner and shows, but I didn't really talk about how to code that in. So we'll talk about that now. I'll close this, and for instance, when you go 22, there's nothing there. So I'll pick one. Let me go to 1 North, 1 East, and we'll go with 36. See, there's no additional corners there. We got a couple corners there. So in this particular case here, all you have to do is, I've got a file. I'll maybe move this out of the way. I've got a file here that is from another corner, but just for the sake of demonstrating this, I'll show. See, I've named this corner here in 36. I called it 01. So instead of using those corner codes, A1, that we've talked about before, well, I've got provision for in each section, we could have 5 additional corners or oddball corners that you think you need to perpetuate. So in this particular case, I've got 59, 1 East, I can call it 3601. And like I say, it's not a corner there. Matter of fact, it's for some other section. But what I'll do, I'll scan that corner in, and I'll, let me copy this. And you'll put that in your directory structure down here, and in this case it's 59 corners, so I'll just paste that in there. Now the database knows that it's got a corner there, so when I exit out of this, the next time I fire up the corners, you'll probably actually see it in the corner here. It'll count down files because it knows that there's been a file added to it. So now when I go into corner record search and I go to that 1 North, 1 East, and that was section 36. Now you see we've got additional corners here. So if you click on that, it'll bring up that section there. That, like I said, dummy corner. But that's kind of how get rid of this. That's how it works. And like I say, now I'll close this out. And since that was a dummy corner, I'll exit out of this and I'll go back into my corner records. And I'll delete that. I don't want to mess up the database. Now when I fire this up, it's going to count down again. It's going to realize that, let's see if I can get this up here where you can see it. It's going to count down these corners because it realizes that it's got a different corner in there. So now when I go into corner record search, go to 1 North, 1 East, run search, we're on 36, and you notice there's nothing here. So we can have up to 5 additional corners for each section and this might be good like in fractional sections or someplace where you've got a subdivision that you feel like you need to perpetuate that corner. Not the original intent of the database per se, but it is some way that you can monument and have those corners there, and naturally they'll be exported to Google Earth just like the rest of them. But anyway, those just need to be with a section. It'll be the township, first the county number, township, range, section number, and then 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, up to, like I say, 5 corners. And if we get in a situation where there's more than that, we could change it. But anyway, that was something different than the original coding because we generally, let me bring this up, end up coding everything according to this geocoding system here with A01 for everything. And so this is just a provision to allow for some oddball corners. So I know I'd mentioned that in the previous video, but I didn't really talk about how to throw that in the database. So that was the purpose of this video. So if anything else comes up, I'll try to, like I say, this is kind of an evolving thing and changing. Different counties have different circumstances. So it's all meant to be able to make the Orange County or any Indiana County Surveyor's Office have all their records digitized and be able to retrieve them. So if anything else comes up, I'll make another video. Thanks.